wait.
Okay, it is 6 p.m., June 10th, 2024. At this time, I call to order the meeting of the Joshua Type A Economic Development Board Corporation. Alice, do we have a quorum?
Yes, ma'am.
Do we have anyone signed up to speak on the citizens forum?
No, ma'am.
All right, we'll move next to our regular agenda. The first item is the review and discussion of the May 2024 budget report.
So I am, first of all, happy to report that our fund balance is $2,079,143. So that's good. The only money we have spent so far is we did do our first reimbursement payout for the 380 agreement for Taco Bell. And I am also happy to report that it was much less than what we had originally agreed on. They did very well at keeping it as low. So I just sent those checks into the finance department last week. So the first for the asbestos abatement and removal, we allotted them 28,000. We cut a check for 19,200. And for the demolition of the home, we allotted 15,000, and we just cut a check for 9,500. So that was good. So the third remaining reimbursement won't come until probably until about they're ready to open, because it's going to be the impact fee for their water sewer. And right now we're looking at 33,750 for that, and I have been told that maybe it might get a little bit lower. We're not sure. So, but that won't come in until I don't think JSUD charges them until they're about ready to open. So once they pay for that, they'll send us that information showing that they paid for it and everything, and then we'll reimburse them. So we're looking at later in the year, and then that's it. They will be done. So there's that. Do you guys have any questions on the financials?
Did they decide to go with a 1-inch meter? Okay.
I don't think they've gone through all that yet with them. I think they're still working on the engineering side with them.
Okay, any other questions? All right, we'll move on to May 2024 meeting minutes.
I think they
That wasn't an action item, was it? Budget? No. Okay, so we don't need a vote. Okay, moving on to the minutes. Has everyone had an opportunity to read the minutes? Okay, are there any corrections to the minutes? Okay, do I hear a motion to approve?
Move to approve May 13, 2024 meeting minutes.
Motion.
Okay, all in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, the vote is unanimous. The minutes are approved. Next, we'll move on to Molly's monthly economic development update.
Again, this will just be quick and sweet. To piggyback on a little bit of the update on Taco Bell, they are moving very swiftly. We are very pleased with them. We are in the engineering. We're just going through the final engineering review with our city engineer and Taco Bell's engineer, just fine tuning some things and going through that. So as soon as that'll be done, they will get their final permit approved. If any of you that have driven by there, you can see that they've completely cleared the lot. I didn't notice today if they removed the tree yet. So they are going to be doing some final demo on there with the tree and clearing. So they did a preliminary dirt movement just to get rid of the tree and smooth that out in the foundation and all of that. But once they get their permit fully approved, they're going to hit the ground running. So you're going to be some action in there probably the end of the month. And don't be surprised if that building goes up pretty quick. They seem to move pretty quickly on that.
Will there be a groundbreaking of that?
We can do that. I can get with them and see if we can definitely do something like that. I mean, it's always good to do stuff like that. Yeah, I think it's exciting. And then as far as Whataburger, it's been a little quiet for a little while, and I did hear from them Friday afternoon, finally approving the date. One of the things they were hung up on is we had originally put, part of the 380 agreement was they had to have pulled a permit by September 2024. And they were concerned that that was gonna be a little too quick, just because already we've been working on this for so long, going back and forth with site plans, preliminary site plans. And they felt more comfortable if they could push it to 2025, and we were like, I really don't think they're gonna go that far. I think they just wanted to, be comforted that they were not going to be, penalized if something against their control happened. Like, we've been the weather for a while has been an issue for a lot of developments and taking things off. So we agreed to that. It was fine. I mean, it's been over a year already. Well, it's a little bit longer. So they were happy with that. I updated the 380 agreement, amended some of the things. It was just kind of the verbiage, and approved it with our city attorney. Sent it back to them today. So we should be moving forward on that here pretty soon. So they are excited to be here. They just haven't, I don't think they've done a 380 before. This particular entity that we've been working with, our region. So everything else is running really smooth. We are working on the project I did tell you about before. We had some flyers made. The real estate agent made some flyers on another retail project, and then I'm working on another potential sale of a franchise on a 1 acre piece of land. I can't really release that yet until it goes through, because I don't like to get anybody's hopes up, because I honestly don't know, because we have a lot of factors with them having direct access on a northbound turn lane, and if that can't be sorted out with TxDOT or the road next to it, it most likely will not go through. So these are the things that we deal with to try to make things happen for them. What I found out, franchises, if 50% of your traffic has to turn and do a U-turn, it's not very favorable in their eyes. So we try to mitigate that. I'm working on some things with TxDOT and with the city to acquire a private road to have direct access. But again, that's all it's all up in the air if we can make that work.
Anybody interested in the land we had for the museum?
No, I do have somebody, an architect, working on some plans for a project. I have not heard from him in about a month. He had said that they need some time to kind of do their due diligence to see if they could actually make it work with the demographics here and the population. They seem pretty excited about it. I'm not exactly sure if that's going to go through. But I mean, I'm constantly throwing that property out there. So we'll see. I'm being very, I am targeting with purpose, if that makes sense. Because it can't, not just anybody can go back there, because it is kind of behind. So it needs to be, the target has to be very specific. So that's what I've been working on.
When's the car wash open?
That I have no idea.
Or
I don't, because that's not really an economic development thing. So if you guys are aware, we don't get sales tax from that at all. It's a service. Anything like hair salons, nail salons, car washes, anything that's a service, we don't get
Really?
sales tax. So we didn't offer them anything. They came in. I just helped them connect with the right people, with the real estate, and helped them push some things through. But that's the extent of what we did as an EDC or a city to kind of help with that. So I don't know. That's been the development services. They've been working with them closely. I know the weather has pushed them back a little bit. But I noticed this weekend when I drove through here, they had the walls up. So it's just been a little slow moving for them, because it's been getting flooded out right there. So not flooded out, but the rain's been kind of hindering. Other than that, I don't really have anything else that I can share with you that's, worth sharing at this point. Do you have any questions for me?
How about the land across from Merrily?
From where?
That land there, did you say it was across from the rest home there, the acreage?
The 6 acre, the Gaskell property, the
Yeah.
one further south.
Yeah.
That's the one I was telling you that the realtor did a new flyer.
Oh.
We're trying to work on running sewer to that property right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're working on some stuff right there, acquiring easements and right of ways and stuff, so, not sure if that one's gonna be able to go through or not. But it's something that we're working on. That's the one you're talking about where he's gonna do the business park in the back. Yeah. So that's still kinda up in the air right now. I'm just working through some stuff.
Any other questions? All right, before we adjourn, are there any requests for items to be put on the next agenda? All right, since there are no requests, I adjourn this meeting at, wow, 6:10.
Yes.